Wargame has two words contained in it: war and game. War is a conflict carried on by force of arms, as between nations or between parties within a nation. A game is a competitive or a challenging activity one person engages in, with resources to interact with, and there is a conflict in between two entities to achieve certain goals. All of these according to rules and decided by skill, strength, or luck. And thus, war is the art of confusing, as it is stated in the following quote. All warfare is based on deception. Hence, when we are able to attack, we must seem unable. When using our forces, we must appear inactive. When we are near, we must make the enemy believe we are far away. When far away, we must make him believe we are near. This is from Sun Tzu, The Art of War. It makes sense because the word war in English comes from the German word verwirren, meaning to confuse, to perplex, to bring into confusion. Because all of these, war is a great candidate to become a game of swords. Let me explain more deeply. A quick way to explain this is the following. Wargame is defined as a strategy game in which two or more players command opposing armed forces in a simulation of an armed conflict. A strategy game involves strategic thinking.
Alexander, if we must fight, do so with stealth. Use your numbers well. We should attack tonight when they least expect it.
There's an important concept here to underline. That is strategic thinking. What is strategic thinking then? The simple definition is the art of arrangement of troops, and deals with the planning and conduct of military campaigns, the movement and disposition of forces, and the deception of the enemy. Karl von Clausewitz, a general from the early 19th century, defined military strategy as the employment of battles to gain the end of war. As it is stated at the beginning of Zones of Control, Perspectives on Wargaming, an amazing book on the topic. By itself, Wargame is an intellectual battle which approximates the experience of command in times of war, where players or users control game elements that represent forces in combat, what is known as the units or figurines. A wargame has a set of rules, or a system, which determines the moves its players may attempt and the outcome when opposing forces meet. Wargames are speculative, basically thought experiments, exercises for the mind. Also, actions may take place not only in real settings of the past, present, or the future, but may be located in imaginary settings with purely fantastic combatants. Because of their speculative nature, the games of war are as well by themselves stochastic, meaning that they possess a random probability distribution in its variance. To be more clear, there's an element of uncertainty in each and every situation. As the saying goes, no plan survives the first contact. Here's an important aspect of wargaming that I want to and will make clear. Does engaging in the games of war means that someone likes war? The absolute answer is no. War in itself is violence and the worst activity that we as humans could ever be involved in. Wargaming does not promote and glorifies war and will always depict war as something tragic. A wargame is the contrary. It is a very productive activity. So to put it more simple, a wargame is an exercise of the mind. With variables and calculations, a wargamer engages in logistics and resource management. To wargame allows us to revise the mind of great generals of the past and understand critical situations that they were in, or in a hypothetical future situation. When we engage in this activity, we're not only learning things from the past, but analyzing what-ifs situations, and the most important one, we're learning to solve all sorts of problems in a daily basis. Welcome to the channel. This is Victus History and Wargaming. Be honorable and never shy away from what you love and like.